Hello, Facebook.
Yeah.
Hello, YouTube.
Yes.
Hello, people who came to watch the Can't Tell Us Nothing show. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah, new special guest today, too.
New special guest today joining us as we discuss whatever's going on, give our opinions, talk about topics, current events, our lives, whatever. But we use all of that to create improv scenes around the spot. We just make them up as we go. You'll know when they happen. We'll set the scene. We'll call scene at the end, and we'll mix a discussion all up in it. I think John compares it to a gumbo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing everything in that pot. Throwing everything in the pot.
Throwing everything in the pot. Everything in the pot. And sometimes we're joined by special guests, man. John, you brought someone today.
Absolutely, man. So this guy, we had a conversation a while back, but he doesn't understand how much I admired him in high school. Always positive. He was older than me, played football with me. We call it, if you're from Dayton, Ohio, I'm sure you heard of the men of Chaminade. You've heard of Chaminade Julienne. Yeah, back in the 2000s was a football powerhouse. But we had a lot of guys that were also multi-talented. And one of those guys goes by the name of Mike Mixologist Jones.
Yes.
Yes. My friend Mike Jones on the podcast today, man. How you doing, man?
I never knew that, man. Hey, that's awesome, brother. And I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
He's proud of John.
I didn't even know that. Because you know what, man? For real, I don't know if everybody recalls how in high school. Like, I remember high school, but I've been experienced so much. Like, between graduating, being 16, all the way through college till 30s, like 16 years later. Yeah. So I don't even remember that. So it's like, I always wonder, it's cool to hear you from high school and you're in your adult now and you kind of reflect on, hey, do I still reflect that today? You know, that's kind of cool. That's cool, man. I appreciate that, brother.
No problem, man. I mean, of course, man.
John was the beast.
John was a who?
Well, what'd you say, Mike? It kind of went out a little bit.
John was the beast. Was at that DB? He was the man.
Mm-hmm.
He is the workhorse.
Oh, really? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
And my first introduction to defense, man, Mike was one of those people when I came over to defense in high school that he always had a swagger about him. And if you play defense, you know, part of that is being able to have the swagger, you know, to be the aggressor, right? And, you know, the defense was always, I technically had way more fun playing defense than any offense I've ever done because of that. So it means a lot for you to even remember me in high school. I mean, shoot, my back hurt right now. And I took my mentor, my mentor, I took him out to play basketball. We lost and I hurt my back. I was like, dang. You know? Oh, I think we lost you again. We didn't hear that. What'd you say, Mike? Did y'all hear? I didn't hear it again.
Did he say anything?
I think it's freezing. I think you're freezing, Mike.
It skipped a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it keeps skipping. Let me see if I'm
Never do well with this is the third time me doing StreamYard. I'm sorry.
Nah, man, it's okay, man. We trying to get it together with StreamYard. We're trying to do this, man. It's okay. We'll power through it, man. But long story short, man, for all the people watching today, this dude was a part of my high school life. And I never really seen him do anything crazy, like disloyal. Like, you're one of those people I can honestly say, reflecting back, you were a pretty righteous dude, man. Which is one of the things I admired about you. Like, no matter what was going on, you had a righteousness about you and you wanted to carry yourself in a certain way. And that was dope. That was dope to see. But C-Ton welcomed you to the pod, man. Oh, we lost him.
We lost him.
Okay. We have some technical difficulties for everybody listening. We'll see if Mike jumps back on, but we'll keep going with the pod.
Yeah. What you're describing makes me think of, like, there was something about Mike that you appreciated, you respected back in high school, and it made me think, like, reflecting on ourselves back in high school. Why do you think people liked you, and do you still have that trait, whether it's charisma or swagger or whatever it was? Like, have you carried that with you into your adulthood, or are there certain aspects of your high school life that you just sort of left behind?
For me, I can definitely say I've went through a transformation. There's a lot of me that I've had to transform, but I guess the thing, if I had to say what made people like me in high school, was probably I've always tried to be intentional about my friendship and about my relationships with people. On the other side of that, I don't really care too much for like small talk. So it's like I do it because I don't like small talk. So I can come off rude if somebody's like, "Hey, how's your day? I like, your pen," or whatever. You don't really care about me. You're talking to me because you want something, or you're talking to me because you're buying time. And a lot of people have social problems. Maybe they don't like talking, right? But for me, if I met somebody I was like intrigued by, I tried to make it my point to let them know and, give them the flowers or be kind to them as much as I could without, lying to them, because I like being that guy, right? I like being a guy who, you may think I'm somebody else, but I'm always going to try to treat you with respect. I'm always going to be kind. And I think that's something I've always done for the most part. That hasn't changed, but there's been a lot of things I've changed since high school. How I viewed the world, how I view dating, what was important to me, what was important for me to go after. In high school, I really didn't like. It was more football, but football was really just a vehicle. Deep down, I knew it, but it took time for me to grow to really realize that. And if I'd have realized it earlier, I probably would have met you guys like earlier. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna leave Ohio and find us?
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. That's a
Mike,
good one.
You there, Mike? Let me see. You hear us? Yeah, try to get him back. Give him some time and see if we can get him squared away. But yeah, that was a good question, Antoine. I mean,
yeah, thank you. I think for me, like, it's one of those that I don't even really think about until I reflect back. I'm like, yeah, why did people hang out with me? I think if I was, to be honest, I think it was possibly, I was a quiet kid. Definitely wasn't like a class clown, not center of attention, not that type of dude. But I do believe I had a quiet humor to myself. Like, the people I did talk to, we would laugh pretty often.
yeah.
I also consider myself a really good listener. Like, if people just want to talk, I have an ear for it. I got two of them, and feel free to talk. And I think people just appreciate someone just willing to listen to them and try to approach from an understanding way. And I will say I've carried that with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always been a people watcher, so I've always like
That too.
Part of my listening and kind of what you were saying, Antoine, to me, I love to know how people think. Like, I like to hear people's stories, where they came from. Part of it is so that it kind of expands the world for me. And part of it is just, I'm just nosy. Like, I'm just like, what's up with this guy? I want to figure out how they approach life. So I've always tried to listen intentionally when people will share who they were with me. And I know that laughter is always like it's a lubricator, right? Like you could, if somebody knows you have a sense of humor, they're more likely to trust you and communicate with you versus the other, you know? So,
true. Yes.
Yeah, my sense of humor has always been there. It's probably gotten crazier since.
But were you a class clown? Were you funny guy up in? You were, because I remember you would tell stories like you guys would like perform in front of the class.
Well, that was like, so when I got to high school, you know, I went to CJ was a Catholic high school, and this was Catholic. It wasn't like Sister Act nuns, Catholic, you know.
What kind? Whoa! What other kind is there?
Well, we had nuns, but they weren't like, you know, we had nuns and brothers, but they weren't walking around with, you know, stuff on.
Well, wait! Don't gloss over that.
They were plain clothes. They were plain clothes.
What?
Plain clothes.
Wait a minute.
It's more liberal. It's a liberal, you know.
Whoa!
That's not fair. Like
at all.
Why not?
That's the whole thing of. That's the uniform is the job, and I mean it's the person, and the person is the uniform. How do you do?
I mean, come on, you can't wear that uniform forever.
Think they do.
Well, I think if you, I don't know what I have to go check, but I know I didn't see any nuns wearing the nun gear, the swag,
really
during school hours, and I don't think I've ever seen any when there was chapel.
You know what? This is so unsettling. I could have been at grocery stores with nuns and didn't know. I could have just been doing like at the move.
So, yeah, I wish Mike don't. If Mike could hear this, hopefully jump in on this. But my freshman year, this was one of the funniest memories from the church. I guess you could call it staff. So we had a guy named Brother Pat. Shout out to Brother Pat if you listen to this, or do listen to it in the future. Brother Pat was an ex-wrestler, but he had committed his life to God. Right, he's Brother Pat. And one day, the upperclassmen were throwing this food fight in the cafeteria, and Brother Pat got hit with all of the, you know, mustard, mayonnaise, all that kind of stuff. And I remember as we were coming down to go to this lunch, we heard the commotion, but nobody knew what was going on. You just see a bunch of teenagers get thrown out of the cafeteria by Brother Pat. He was throwing him out the ring of Battle Royal. I remember everybody was like, yo, that's Brother Pat. What the heck going on? But it was crazy. Like we had a Sister Damien. Shout out to Sister Damien. I love Sister Damien, but everybody was scared of her because her voice was really deep. And she never wore deodorant. So she would like teach a class and have her armpit right on the fan, and it would just blow to everybody in the classroom.
She did that on purpose.
Yeah, right. But she was cool. Like she wasn't
power
like,
move.
You know, she was. Yes. Yeah, it was definitely a power move. Yeah, nobody messed with Sister Damien.
This almost sounds like you went to what's the X-Men school? Like all these people with these superpowers, like these special characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Can you just imagine the priest, or is it a brother? A priest? He's a priest, right? Who dedicated? Yeah, and he's an ex-wrestler, and he's got that skill set. And you just wow.
Yep. And I mean, and Brother Pat was like, he was super nice, man. At first, like he was like I remember when Brother Pat turned dark side, man. I'll never forget this. Brother Pat was like, let's call him a teddy bear when he first got into like high school. He was teaching freshmen, and you know, everybody was just coming at his neck because he was over nice. He was too nice. And I think somebody, let's just say, took advantage of his niceness one day, and he was really embarrassed. Well, that next day, he came in. It was like major pain. Like he is straight up just flipped the script on us, man. He was like, no jokes. Don't laugh at me. You're going to get a quiz whenever I want to, and you better be ready. You better read every night. You better do all these things. We're like, Brother Pat, what's going on, man? You gave me a peppermint 2 days ago. And he's like, sit in the class, sit down. Ain't nobody friends with me right now, right? And then not too shortly after that is when I saw him, WWEing people out of the cafeteria. So, like I wish
we cut to Brother Pat in the principal's office. We gotta look, Brother Pat. I love you, but word around schools that you've been going to the dark side lately. You used to be so nice. You were a teddy bear. You're a big panda. Now people are saying you're rude. You're short with people. I've even gotten a few claims that you've been suplexing students. Brother Pat, what's going on?
Well, when I came into this job, I remember getting on my knees and praying to God, and he told me this would be the most important job I ever took in my life. And I just thought maybe he wanted me to sit here and speak the word of God to all of these young children. But when I got in there, it's not what I found. Kids were writing horrible notes about me and talking about how round I looked and how I was terrible as a wrestler. So I had to do something about that.
See, Brother Pat, that's the thing. Remember, you took two vows when you signed up to be a teacher here. One is to preach the word of God to their students because they need it. And two is to keep your special powers on lock. You know that all the teachers in the school have special powers, but we do not use them. All right? Because they're from the devil. They're from Satan. We only use the word of God to change here. All right? So remember that when they're stressing you out, because they're going to try it. The kids are going to try you, but you can't let the darkness take you, Brother Pat.
Why does the darkness have to come through the children? I thought the darkness was out in the world with the evil, got cartels, and I'm seeing Lucifer in the face of these kids.
We cut to one of the students talking to a guy outside. The guy's outside hanging on the fence. Hey kid, what's that backpack say? Amici, come over here. Come over here. Yeah. The other kids didn't work out. I've been paying them to antagonize. You got a teacher there named Brother Pat?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I know him. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah. I understand he joined it. He dedicated his life to God and came over here to teach kids. But he owes me a rematch. Money Man Moth Randy Ross, was supposed to have the belt. He retired before I could get a chance of getting my belt back. So I'm gonna pay you. I was paying.
He took your belt and then retired, so you couldn't get your belt back.
No, he won the belt, and
he won the belt.
I'm doing a rematch. To try to get the belt back, and he dedicated his life. God tried to hide away here, but I need somebody to get him out. He's in here pretending, but I need him to get free. So the last kid got expelled, but I'm gonna start paying you. How much you need? About $5, $10, $20. I need you to just get him all riled up. I need to see him so that my man Randy Ross can get his rematch.
Whatever you got. I don't really like the guy, so I'll take whatever you give him. Yeah.
I'm throwing this money over the fence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is it in quarters?
That's all I got. I need the rematch, man.
Okay.
I'm not getting no endorsements no more. I got to get him back in the ring. That's the biggest. People want to see that match.
Okay.
All right.
I'll antagonize him and get him kicked out of here, I guess.
Good. Just enough. Get him out to this playground. I got my gear in the back. I'm gonna change up. If you get him out here, I'm gonna meet him out here in the middle, and we going. I got the news cameras and everybody. They coming out to see this.
Okay.
All right.
I'll get him.
Good.
Okay. Hey, Brother Pat.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Sorry, I know. I see you eating your lunch. But you should go outside and maybe take your shirt off and oil up a little bit, and like how you used to do back when you were on TV.
I thought we had a discussion. We wouldn't bring up my past work experience.
But everybody loves what you used to do. It was great. It was wonderful. You made so many people happy.
Oh yeah.
You don't make us happy anymore.
Well, I'm not supposed to make you happy. I'm your teacher, son. But since you're flattering me, what was your favorite wrestler I ever dealt with?
Favorite wrestler you ever dealt with?
Yeah, that's what I used to say.
I mean, your last match felt a little incomplete. Usually when somebody wins a title, they go on and they give an interview where they talk some mess, or let the other guy have a rematch or something. You never did that.
I mean, that wasn't my character. I was a religious wrestler. After I body slam somebody, I would take a knee and pray. That was my acceptance. That's how I do things. Are you saying that's not? I thought you said you liked me.
Yeah, I did. But you left without fulfilling your legacy. You have to make sure nobody wants to wrestle you anymore. And I think a lot of people still want to wrestle you.
You think there's still people that want to wrestle Brother Pat? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Who? Tell me right now. Who? I'll put this tuna fish sandwich down right now.
The guy you wanted the title from? He has a name. Starts with an M. He's outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My old foe.
Mm-hmm.
And as brother Pat is strutting down the hall to the door, just before he goes outside, he sees the principal standing there. Where do you think you're going, Brother Pat?
There was some business I needed to go deal with outside.
Oh, I'm well aware. You got, what was the name? Money Man Randy Savage or something? Whatever it was.
Yeah.
He's been out there yelling at kids all day to challenge you. So I got a challenge for you, Brother Pat. I got a challenge for you. You go out there and you resolve this with the word. Not with your muscles, not with your pile drivers, not with your body slams, but with the word. Can you do that? If you can do that, you still have a job here.
I mean, they out there talking about I didn't go out with my legacy. I mean, that's harsh words. I'm a wrestler, man.
Okay, well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. I'm sure you'll make the right choice. The principal walks away dramatically.
Listen here.
There you are right there. You take that white collar off. You just faking the funk. You know you're not a priest. You owe me, Brother Pat. Or should I call you by your real wrestler name? Should I?
You don't have to do anything.
All right.
You
Put
ain't
him
gotta
down,
do anything.
Patrick. Praying. Pugilist. All right. It's time now. You about to meet Money Man, Randy Ross, one more time so I can get the title back.
Randy, what is this about? Huh? You haven't been getting your union checks?
No, and they're really, really low. And the endorsements aren't coming in either. I had that one with the yogurt company. I mean, they dropped me, man. Kids aren't eating yogurt like they used to. And they said, you should do something else with your life. This whole money cape, money headband, money armbands, all the money stuff. They said that, most kids are capitalists. They're not even dealing with this stuff anymore, man.
That's true. What I think you should do, you should turn your life over to God. He has a lot in store for you, Randy. Instead of Money Man, you could be Holy Man.
Wow. Oh, it looks like, you look like you're doing pretty good. Is that Is he managing your career now? You got God?
Well, God has been doing he's been slacking on my career. He's only been sending me a bunch of children. But as far as me teaching, I can't complain, you know.
No, I mean, I know you still got to wrestle, man. You had the moves, the suplexes.
Yeah, that
DDTs.
Was me. That was me.
Man, yeah. Nobody worked the ring like you, man. I know you haven't given all of that up.
Well, to tell you the truth, God made me give it up.
Now, either this guy's managing you or like he's like against you. What's going on, man? One minute you said join him, everything's great, and now it doesn't sound like he's encouraging you to be your best self, who you really are, man.
I mean, let's just say this is not a place for wrestlers. If you catch my drift, Randy, I'm a changed man. I teach history, AP history. Okay, and every now and then some students get out of line, and I have to, give them the old triangle choke.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You still get to choke them? The triangle choke gets the work?
Yeah, it doesn't leave any marks, around the neck. Kids don't, they just call them passion marks,
That's good.
But to be honest, Randy, I always admire how free you were walking around with money signs all over your body and talking to people crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You should think about joining the church.
Well, sound like you're doing pretty good. Get to choke somebody every now and then. Steady paycheck. You look happy. You look like you're doing well for yourself. All right, I'm in.
Well, let me introduce you to the principal.
Been seen.